Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, another Doolittle Raider has gone west. ANN schedules live broadcast at AEA2015 convention. And the pilot who was fired for following safety rules is reinstated. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm Ashley Hale. As we were wrapping up today's episode, our newsroom got a late-breaking story. Jim Campbell is here to report.
Thanks, Ashley, and hi, folks. Breaking news, and unfortunately it's not good news. The prototype BD Corp BD-22 November 224 Baker Delta went down at approximately 1100 Eastern Time Wednesday morning. According to law enforcement sources, it was piloted by 67-year-old Joseph Loney of Port St. Lucie, Florida, who was confirmed as having been killed in the crash, though his body was found in excess of 100 yards away from the main impact site. The aircraft impacted near a shoreline close to the St. Lucie County Airport and was largely destroyed by post-impact fire. While some witnesses claim the aircraft was in some mode of distress, no substantiation has yet been ascertained. The aircraft, only recently having started its flight test program, was the first of a series of light sport aircraft that were put forth as the latest effort of BD Corp, boasting a low parts count, easy construction, and exceptionally fast build times when a BD Corp service center and jigs were employed in its manufacture. The Lycoming 0235 powered side-by-side two-place was to have been on display later this month at the Lakeland Linder Regional Airport as part of the annual fly-in. We'll keep you up to date as we learn more about this tragic accident. For the Aero-News Network, Airborne and Aero-TV, I'm Jim Campbell.
As the Doolittle Raiders are about to receive the Congressional Gold Medal for their heroic mission in 1942, we've learned that another Raider has gone west. One of the last of the 80 men to climb aboard 16 B-25 bombers and launch from an aircraft carrier in April 1942 to attack Tokyo has gone west. ANN has learned that Lieutenant Colonel Robert Hite passed away Sunday morning at a nursing home in Nashville, Tennessee. It's reported that Hite had been among 8 of the Raiders to be captured by the Japanese and imprisoned for 40 months after the raid. 3 others were executed. He was freed by American troops in 1945 and returned to active duty in 1951. Hite was one of only 3 surviving members of the Doolittle Raiders. The raid did little to damage Tokyo, but it was a major boost to U.S. morale, and it shook the confidence of the Japanese government, causing it to shift strategies only 5 months after the attack on Pearl Harbor. For most of the last decade, the Aero-News Network, Aero-TV, and Airborne have been honored to partner with the Aircraft Electronics Association to bring exciting news about the latest and greatest avionics developments to the aviation world. Live Aero-TV high-definition coverage of the AEA 2015 convention will run through the week, and here's a peek at the planned schedule. We start things off on Wednesday, April 8th at 9:30 in the morning Eastern Time, with the exciting and fast-paced live TV coverage of the opening and amazing AEA new product introduction. On Thursday, April 9th, detailed live coverage of the most fascinating new products, programs, and people starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Time. On Friday, April 10th, we expand coverage of products, programs, and people starting at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Time. The Thursday and Friday live broadcasts are 2.5 to 3 hour sessions, maybe longer, that will offer expert insight and commentary on numerous areas of importance. These include the approaching 2020 ADS-B mandate, the Next-Gen GA Fund, the best of the 2015 new product introductions, and a closer look at the top products we saw. We'll also cover regulatory updates, the UAV situation, and much more. If you can't make it to the convention, please join us on Aero-TV. After the break, OSHA ruling reinstates a pilot.
Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
Now certified, Aspen Avionics single-band ADS-B, ATX100, and ATX100G transceivers are the next-gen ADS-B solution that provides the features pilots need while keeping flyaway costs low. Check it out now at aspenavionics.com.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Welcome back. If you'd like to be a supporter of Airborne Unlimited, send an email to jim@aero-news.net. FAA regulations state that the pilot in command is ultimately responsible for determining that an aircraft is in a condition for safe flight, and it looks like OSHA agrees. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration has ordered Air Methods Corporation to reinstate a pilot who had refused to fly a medical helicopter with an inoperative ELT, and he was subsequently fired by the company. Air Methods Corporation has been ordered to reinstate the pilot, pay $158,000 in back wages and $8,500 in damages, and remove disciplinary information from the employee's personnel record. In addition, the company must provide whistleblower rights information to all employees. Nick Walters, OSHA's regional administrator in Chicago, said, quote, "Pilots should never have to choose between the safety of themselves and their passengers and their job. Whistleblower protection are critical to keeping workplaces safe. Disciplining an employee for following safety procedures is illegal and puts everyone at risk." End quote. It's Thursday, which means that it's time for an Aero-Community update, highlighting news and information about the Airborne Partnership Initiative. This week, we review how the Airborne Partnership Initiative and Airborne Unlimited fit into the Aeroverse. Our Airborne Partnership Initiative started this year because we think that all of us in aviation are members of what we call the Aeroverse. When all facets of aviation and aerospace join together, we become an uncommon and special society who conquer fear, confusion, and a wholly unfriendly regulatory environment. No matter what role a person or industry plays in aviation, we're all members of an extended family, and yet our family is in peril. After working with some of the best and brightest personalities, organizations, and entities in aviation, we found that a stunning number of them have agreed to join with us in a massive working partnership to pool our outreach, news resources, and topical knowledge to work together to build Airborne Unlimited and other program initiatives into a powerful collective resource dedicated to focusing, organizing, and rebuilding the aviation universe, one flyer and one would-be flyer at a time. Please join us, please support us, and please let us know what you think we need to do to push this initiative along to empower a new future for the Aeroverse. After these messages, Russia's top fighter limited by budget cuts.
AML's patent-pending wireless induction charging system eliminates confusion over those charging cables, cuts down cockpit cable clutter, and allows you and your passengers to fly cordless and eliminate the cable nightmare. www.aviationmodificationleaders.com.
The KSN 770 is an affordable, WAS-enabled integrated MFD with a flexible hybrid user interface from Bendix King. Get your fingers on the 770's perfect blend of touchscreen and hard buttons. Easily control your GPS navigation, Navcom, weather, traffic, and terrain in any condition. For more information, go to bendixking.com.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we've summarized some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. Budget cuts in Russia are taking their toll on Russia's T-50 fifth-generation fighter, intended to rival the U.S. Air Force's F-35. The Russian military has reduced its order for the T-50 from 52 to just 12 airplanes. A balloon-assisted UAV named Phoenix S-1, developed in Japan, has observed aerosol density and successfully brought back stratospheric aerosol samples from the altitude of 14 miles. The flight occurred in January in Antarctica. Reports out of Russia indicate that Roscosmos and NASA are discussing a space station to eventually replace the ISS. U.S. officials are hardly definitive about the matter. We wonder if they're discussing the trade-in value of the ISS. There's a new commanding officer for the 509th Bomber Wing, which is the Air Force's B-2 nuclear bomber unit. The new commander is Brigadier General Paul W. Tibbets IV, the grandson of the pilot of the Enola Gay. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's move on to the rest of the news. It could be said that EAA AirVenture Oshkosh is the ultimate in aviation theater. But the real theater doesn't start until the day appears to be over. One of the most popular features that doesn't directly relate to the thousands of aircraft and vendors that are located on Whitman Regional Airport during AirVenture are the programs presented at the Theater in the Woods. Theater in the Woods is just as the name implies, a delightful place to relax and be enlightened. You'll see varied programs ranging from aviation history to spaceflight. Burt Rutan will present his history, and Google's Alan Eustace will talk about his new world record for the highest altitude free-fall jump. A program will recognize aviation's role in the ending of World War II, and there's even a pre-programmed Sunday evening before the official opening of AirVenture. Check the EAA AirVenture website for the schedules and details. Well, that's our program for Thursday, April 2nd. Remember to get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at Aero-News.net. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily Monday through Friday. Please join us in a growing roster of over 100 outstanding industry associations and organizations every weekday for the best in aviation and aerospace news. I'm Ashley Hale. Thanks for watching.